What occurs when a day meant for joy becomes the final memory of a person being alive? These inquiries reverberated in the thoughts of many, especially in light of the unsettling tale of Sade Robinson, a 19-year-old college student who vanished in early April 2024 after a first date, only to be found washed ashore on a Lake Michigan beach in Wisconsin. Welcome to Urban Crime Stories. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be notified of future cases. On May 10, 2005, Sade Carlina Robinson entered the world, welcomed by her mother, Sheena Scarborough, marking the beginning of a life filled with promise and potential. From the outset, Sade embodied the qualities of a loving daughter, a cherished sister, and a dear friend to many. Hailing from the state of Mississippi, Sade's journey took her to Milwaukee, where she was on the cusp of a significant milestone in her life. With graduation from Milwaukee Area Technical College looming on the horizon, Sade was poised to embark on a career path in criminal justice, driven by a passion for justice and a desire to make a positive impact in her community. On April 1, 2024, Sade, now a 19-year-old college student, had eagerly anticipated a first date with 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson, a moment she'd been looking forward to with palpable excitement. In the days leading up to their rendezvous, Sade couldn't contain her enthusiasm, even sharing her anticipation with her coworkers. As the appointed evening arrived, Sade exchanged text messages with Anderson, expressing her eagerness for their seafood-themed outing. Dressed in a casual yet stylish ensemble of ripped jeans and a crisp white shirt, Sade made her way to the local seafood restaurant where Anderson had once been employed, her heart aflutter with anticipation. After Anderson's arrival and what seemed like an enjoyable time spent together with Sade, a feeling of discomfort started to linger at Sade's workplace. This was quite unusual for her as she didn't turn up for work the next day, which caused concern among those familiar with her. Concerned friends and colleagues attempted to reach out to Sade throughout the day, their calls and messages going unanswered, heightening the sense of apprehension surrounding her whereabouts. The mounting silence served as an ominous indication that something was amiss, setting off a chain of events that would ultimately lead to a harrowing search for answers in the days to come. The disappearance of Sade Robinson took a chilling turn on April 2, 2024, when she was reported missing in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just one day after her ill-fated date. The morning following her rendezvous, authorities made a grim discovery. Sade's vehicle, a 2020 Honda Civic, engulfed in flames. The inferno had wrought extreme damage to the car, consuming its interior in a devastating blaze. Despite the destruction, investigators managed to identify remnants of the outfit Sade had worn on the night of her date, as well as a portion of an iPhone consistent with her device, amidst the charred wreckage. As the investigation intensified, a disturbing development unfolded later that same day. Police responded to a call regarding a gruesome find at Warnemont Park, a serene locale in the Milwaukee suburb of Cudahy. Amidst the tranquil surroundings, a human leg was discovered on the beach, conspicuously severed at the hip, a macabre indication of the horrors that had unfolded. An examination revealed that the leg belonged to a black woman, approximately 5 feet tall, bearing the telltale signs of violence. Preliminary DNA evidence swiftly confirmed the leg's grim identity as belonging to Sade Robinson, plunging her loved ones and the community into a state of shock and grief. The grim discoveries didn't end there. On April 6, 2024, as law enforcement officials meticulously combed the area surrounding the site where Sade's car had been found, additional remains surfaced, further unraveling the tragic narrative. Among the somber findings were another human foot and fragments of what appeared to be human flesh, all unmistakably linked to the same individual, Sade Robinson. The grim procession of discoveries painted a haunting picture of violence and loss, leaving investigators and the community reeling as they grappled with the harrowing reality of Sade's fate. The disturbing details surrounding Sade's disappearance and subsequent murder continued to unfold as phone records obtained by a concerned friend and her mother shed light on the events of that fateful night. Through a location-sharing app, the records traced Sade's phone movements from the seafood restaurant to a nearby sports bar, then to the residence of her date, Anderson, and ultimately to the desolate park where her remains were tragically discovered. In a harrowing testament to the depth of depravity underlying the case, a complaint filed by authorities outlined compelling evidence linking Anderson to the heinous crimes. Surveillance footage, eyewitness testimonies, and damning phone records all painted a damning portrait of his involvement. Moreover, investigators uncovered blood evidence within Anderson's residence, alongside the chilling discovery of several gasoline containers, a sinister indication of premeditated violence and attempts to conceal the grisly truth. The gravity of the evidence presented in the complaint left no room for doubt. Anderson stood accused of intentionally murdering Sade and subsequently dismembering her in a calculated effort to conceal his heinous crime. The timeline provided by the records pointed to a narrow window between Sade's arrival at Anderson's residence and his subsequent departure for the Warnemont Park. The tragic nexus of events that sealed Sade's fate and shattered the lives of those who knew and loved her. As the legal proceedings unfolded in the wake of Sade's tragic demise, Maxwell Anderson faced a litany of charges reflecting the heinous nature of the crimes attributed to him. Charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson, Anderson's appearance in court marked a pivotal moment in the pursuit of justice for Sade and her grieving loved ones. The solemn setting of the Milwaukee County Courthouse Criminal Justice Facility served as the backdrop for Anderson's preliminary hearing, where the weight of the accusations against him hung heavy in the air. Despite the passage of over 3 agonizing weeks since Sade's disappearance and subsequent discovery as a victim of homicide, the pursuit of truth and accountability pressed forward with unwavering determination. In a courtroom fraught with emotion, Maxwell Anderson stood before the bench and entered a plea of not guilty to the charges leveled against him, a defiant stance that only served to deepen the anguish of those who sought closure and justice in the wake of Sade's senseless death. As the legal proceedings unfolded, a puzzling twist emerged in the form of forensic evidence. While blood was indeed discovered at Anderson's residence, forensic analysis revealed that it did not match Sade's DNA, a perplexing revelation that introduced new layers of complexity to the case. Despite this discrepancy, Anderson remained in custody, his status as the prime suspect in Sade's murder unshaken by the absence of a direct forensic link. The wheel of justice continues to turn with measured deliberation as prosecutors marshal their evidence and prepare to present their case against Anderson in a court of law. For Sade's loved ones, the journey toward closure remains fraught with uncertainty as they grapple with the profound loss of a cherished daughter, sister, and friend. As the legal process unfolds, there is hope that the truth will prevail, and that Sade's memory would be honored through the pursuit of justice in her name. What are your thoughts about this case? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We hope that the perpetrator responsible for this heinous act feels the full weight of the law. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for future content. We always appreciate your support. Until next time, I will see you with another episode of Urban Crime Stories.